Hello and welcome to Rolling Realms Game 89, Round 3. This will be a one-round filming session or live play compared to yesterday's two-round session. We're going to jump right in and play these realms. We have an original realm in Scythe. We have two promo realms in Role Player and Dinosaur Island. Hey, Garrett, good to hear from you. I hope you're having a good Friday. Let's jump in and give this a shot. I'll talk about the rules for these realms as we go. Someone mentioned yesterday that they weren't familiar with Rolling Realms, and so I want to be able to talk about this game in a way that is accessible to those who haven't played it yet. It is a roll and write game where we're all using the same realms and the same dice, and we're trying to just solve the puzzle of these three mini games better than the other players, or just to do the best that you can. I'm using a new pen. Yesterday, my pen kind of ran out, and this one is nice and new. So a 1 and a 5. In Scythe, the top row provides some resources, and the bottom row costs resources, and you can do the top and the bottom if you're able to pay those resources, kind of like on the player mat in Scythe. So, for example, the first turn isn't the best turn to use Scythe unless I already have a resource. So let's see if I can get a resource some other way. I wish I could go to the right in Role Player. Role Player, the numbers dictate the way that you move. Although a 5 and a 6 are wild, so I could use that 5 to go over here. That could be nice. Why don't I do that? So I'll use a 5 with this wild to go to the right. Fill the previous circle. Okay, so I'll fill this one. I'll outline this one. And I gain this benefit. So I gain one of each resource. And then I have the one left to use. Garrett, what are you up to this weekend? Or anyone watching along, what are you up to this weekend? Are you playing anything fun? Are you watching the Super Bowl? I have a playtest night tomorrow night with some local game designer friends. And tonight, I think we're just going to be watching Fallout. Kind of cozy up tonight. The 1, what can I do with this 1? I could use it on this dinosaur right here. Why don't we do this for the sake of example? So I will outline the dinosaur to add it to my park. And then I gain a heart. And I need to make sure that the number of visitors in the park, currently 2, can't be higher than my current security level, which is currently 7. So I'm okay there so far. And then over here in Scythe, I've used all the numbers, so I can't really do anything now in Scythe, but I'll wait till the next turn. You only technically need 6 turns to complete Scythe. Here it says Super Bowl for sure, some college planning stuff with his son. That's exciting. 2 and a 1. Is your son a senior, Garrett, or is this looking at schools to start applying to next year? 1 and a 2. I can use the 2 to go up in Role Player, which could be nice. Why don't I do that? That's worth 2 stars. Fill that in. Get 2 stars out of it. And then that is the 2. The 1. Let's see if I can use the 1 over here. So when you use the top row, you don't actually need the bottom row number. You just need the resource. So I could use the 1. I'll use that 1 right here. And I will pay the heart to also get the bottom row benefit, which is a star. So I paid the heart. I get a coin as the benefit. And now I have some coins to use over in Dinosaur Island. Here's another 1. Why don't I do that? There's 1 coin to outline this friendly Brontosaurus probably and gain a pumpkin. I'm still under the security level. Ideally, I would have a big number to jump up that security level. Here it says his son is a senior this year and starting at the University of Maryland in the fall. That's wonderful. That's a big school, isn't it? How many people go to University of Maryland? 5 and a 6. What can we do with a 5 and a 6? So 5 or a 6, I would need a coin or a heart. So those could work in Scythe. 5 or 6 are wilds and Role Player, so I can keep moving around that track. That's helpful. And they're big numbers for Dinosaur Island, which I really, really like. So I'd rather keep that coin early. So why don't I use the 6 here? 6 to gain a pumpkin and spend that heart. That's the 6. The 5, I think. Oh, but if I use the 5 here, I can't use it here. But I only need 8 turns to complete role player. So I could sacrifice this one turn. Actually, I can still do it because I want a 1. Yeah, let's do this. So I will fill in. So my current security level, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my current security level, actually, no, I should, I think I have to fill in that one. It's already filled, but that's okay. Let's see. Mark up to that number of shields. I think that's right. I think my security level is 12 now. And then I'll use this 1 over here because 1 moves me towards the lawful direction of role player to get me 2 hearts. Garrett says around 30,000 undergrads. That's a lot of new friends to make. They had 67,000 applicants, and they accepted around 5,000 to 6,000. Well, congrats to your son for being one of the few chosen out of that many people. Wow, less than a 10% acceptance rate. That's huge. Yeah, congratulations, Garrett. That's awesome. And if I have a rough idea of where you live, I don't think that is too far away. Maybe easy for driving to visit when you're looking to visit or coming home, picking up for him to come home. A 6 and a 3. Well, a 3 could go over here. I don't have a coin yet for Scythe to do that. I would like another 1, so I'd like to get a coin somehow. I can get a coin using the 6 or actually the 3. Either one over here could be. Oh, and the 6 is a wild, so the 6 could work over here too. Well, I know a 6 won't work in Scythe. So why don't I use the, and the 3 won't work here, but the 6 will. The 3 will work here. So I'll go get that coin from Dinosaur Island, and then I'll use the 6 in role player to move this way. Although it is kind of a waste to use a 6 there instead of a 1, where it feels like a waste. You know, I'll use this coin as a 1. And I'll gain a star and a heart. And I'll use the 6 actually over inside. I'll just ignore the top row and just spend it for the bottom row. Spend a pumpkin to get another star. I see GB Depanex joined. Hey, Jamey, big fan. Thank you. Wingspan is such a fun game, and me and my partner always have a blast playing. Thanks for helping us create amazing memories and just the right amount of mischief. Oh, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, you know, I'm not the designer of Wingspan, but I am the publisher of it and the developer of it. So I am glad that it has brought a lot of joy to your table. Have you played Americas yet? Have you gotten the new expansion? Let me know what you think of that. And Garrett does say that University of Maryland is around 45 minutes away. That's a good distance, I think, for parents. A good minimal distance, we'll say. 4 and a 5. So either one of these could work. I would like to use the pumpkin earlier and get that coin. So why don't I use a coin right here inside? I'll use a pumpkin there to get the star. So use the pumpkin, gain a coin. That was the 4. The 5, oh, I could have used the 4 to go down here, but the 5 does let me go down in role player if I want to. And over in Dinosaur Island, you know, I might end up copying one of these numbers. My security level is 12, and I have 7 so far. So I'm safe, but I will have to increase that security level if I want to keep going. So the 5 could be a good use for that. Okay, why don't I use the 3 pumpkin or 3 hearts to copy the 4 and move down here? So I'll go there, fill that in, gain 2 coins. I'm sorry, I keep bumping the camera a little bit. Don't mean to shake that. And then I will use the 5 in Dinosaur Island to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my current security level is 17. I'm scoring stars for every 3 visitors. Okay, so I need to maximize my last few turns here, hopefully. Hey, Chad just jumped in to say hi. And Mr. Cool Guy 80 says, we played Americas. It's an excellent addition. I'm so glad that you've played it already and that you're enjoying Wingspan Americas. I might try to get to the table this weekend if Megan's up for playing it. And GP Depanek says, we're from Peru, so we use mail forwarding to get US board games. I appreciate you doing that. I know it takes a little extra time, but that is an effective way to do it. And yeah, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on seeing some birds that maybe you grew up around in Peru. That's really cool. A 1 and a 3. So neither of those is the 4 I need in Role Player to get down here. And it's not wild, so I might have to skip Role Player this turn, but that's okay. I have a 3 in Scythe, which I'll open the 1. The 1 doesn't do much good. I can't really do much with that 1. I kind of need to use a 3 over here. So I'll do that. I'll use the 3 here. Pumpkin. And I'm now at 1, 2, what am I at? 10. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm right there in terms of security. Still have a little bit of wiggle room. Running out of time in Dinosaur Island, but that's okay. And this 1, I have no place to use the 1 inside. I actually have nowhere to use it in Role Player either. So I just get a free resource for it. And I know I'm going to need 2 more coins for this bottom row. I think I might go with the coins. I guess I could use the 2 pumpkins to turn it into a 2 right now and get that over with. I don't love it. But that might not be a bad use of it. Let's get it out of the way. I'll turn that 1 into a 2, spend a coin down here inside. I'll get a star out of it. So if we were to get Rolling Realms, would the OG or the Redux be better? Well, that's a good question. The Redux offers a little more. It has 12 realms instead of 11. It has a little bigger box. It has a compiled, a compendium, I think we called it, of all the realms. I would say the realms in Redux are slightly more complex than the original. The original has realms like Scythe. And so I think maybe it depends a little bit on how much complexity you're looking for in Rolling Realms. If you're okay jumping into the deep end, go with Redux. If you have a strong affection for Stonemaier games, you might go for the original because it's all based on Stonemaier games. There's no redundancy between the two. There's no overlap. So you really could go either way, I think. I see Nicole popping in here. Nicole, I missed your comment before. I agree. Yeah. Yesterday's second round was rough. Quite difficult. 2 and a 3. Let's see if I can do anything with this. I see some questions there. Oh, okay. Oh, I spent those 2 pumpkins. I wonder if I can get 2 pumpkins to turn one of these into a 4. I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe I could use the 3 over here. This is going to be tough. Oh, yeah. This is not a good roll for this combination of realms. Well, I can technically use the 3 here for that pumpkin. And I can technically use the 2 over here in Dinosaur Island to max out the chart. But that's as much as I can do right now. Yeah. Garrett says, do I ever watch Colbert? Sometimes. Not all that often. A 3 and a 3. He says he has a segment called the Colbert Questionnaire where he asks soul-penetrating questions to guests, one of which is describe the rest of your life in 5 words. Wow, that's a very strict constraint on the rest of your life. I like that, Garrett. Did you think of did you and Allie think of 5 words for the rest of your lives? And Garrett also, okay, Garrett, another friend mentioned this to me today. I really like this. Weird Al was a guest last night, and his answer reminded Garrett of Stonemeier's ethos too. My friend Jeff mentioned this too. He said his 5 words were be kind, bring joy, repeat. I love that. I mean, my mission at Stonemaier Games is to bring joy to people, to bring joy to tabletops. I love the focus on kindness. I try my best to do that. I like that Weird Al has made that part of his future and his present and past. Yeah, I really, really like that. A pair of 3s here. No pumpkins to manipulate them. Yeah, I've gotten stuck on Role Player, unfortunately. I still don't have the pumpkins to do it, to manipulate it. I can't use either of these numbers. So the first one that I can't use is going to be a pumpkin. I think it's going to be a pumpkin. Yeah, I think it has to be. And then I'll use 2 pumpkins to turn the other one into a 4, which finally lets me move down to get 2 stars. I think that's worth it. No resources, but worth 2 stars. Hopefully other people didn't go the same route that I went in Roll Player. All right, final roll. High numbers. I need 5s and 6s. There's a 5. Okay, a 4 and a 5 in the final roll. 4 and a 5. How can I maximize this? Okay, the 4 can at least go here. That's worth a star. I think that's worth doing. That's a coin and a 4 to complete Scythe. Got a little lucky there. The 5. The 5, Dinosaur Island, right? I mean, that's at least a star. I'm not going to get over to the star in Roll Player. So let's go for this pterodactyl to get, yeah, I think that's the play. I don't think it really matters either way all that much, unless I can get 2 coins, which I can't do. Yeah, so that's 4 more visitors to the park. So how many total visitors? So I just missed out on 1 star Roll Player. That's not too bad. So I ended up with 10, 12, just barely. Okay, so I got 4 stars out of Dinosaur Island. All right, not too bad. Better than, as Nicole can relate to, better than yesterday's second round. This was a 9, 15.3. 15.3. Well, this was fun. I'm still figuring out what to do for game 90. Every 10 games, I like to do something a little different, a little special. I think one of the recent ones was I played Stonemaier realms, or I oftentimes have played a bunch of fan-created realms. But I'm brainstorming that. If any of you watching live or in the future have thoughts in the comments about what to do with game 90, let me know. I mean, it will come up in about a month, so that would be sometime in March, and I'm open to your thoughts about that. But yeah, I hope you all have a good weekend. I hope this weekend you can be kind and bring joy. And I hope our games can do the same to you if you end up playing any of our games this weekend. Take care. Bye.